goes, we jolly well might continue sometime next week, most likely Tuesday, because there's so many issues I need to clear with him. I also like you to know that in putting this interview in the balance, this discussion I'm going to have before okay in the balance, I've been trying to run around those that I know in the APC and find somebody who can listen to this discussion and then balance it. I haven't been that successful, therefore I'm appealing. I don't know who the new PRO is since Mr. Joe Igbokwe has moved to executive in Lagos State. I don't know who the new PRO is, and I'm appealing to the APC to please listen to this, and if there are any issues, we'll be more than glad to put them in the balance. And let me use this opportunity to congratulate Alhaji Balogun, SP. We used to call him SP. He turned 70. Alhaji Tunde Balogun. He turned 70 yesterday, I think. Unfortunately, I got to know about it quite late. So Alhaji Balogun, I'm still coming to eat my own lamb or whatever it is. I was whatever. But I hope you didn't have a non-COVID compliant event. Politicians. Good morning, Honorable Oki. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
We're back again at a crucial threshold. We're disturbed a bit about the APC in Lagos. We've disturbed a bit about the Lagos state government and some other issues that concern Lagos. We'll take them one by one. Now, the registration is going on in APC as we speak. Would that provide a solution to your agitation over the years? Do you think that would provide a solution to the agitation over the years?
Well, thank you, Disu. But let me start, by first commiserating with the families of those poor children who died 2 years ago at the Tafaji building collapse.
Oh, okay.
Today mark the second anniversary.
Okay.
And I also want to appreciate the Nigerian Institute of Building for taking it up upon themselves, in ensuring that you will have zero tolerance for such ineptitude.
Okay.
It's unfortunate we lost some of our futures because they are children in their prime.
Yes.
Infants. And I think for a very long time, we must continue to remember this day.
Yes, okay.
And then take advantage of that in, again, determinedly say that in Lagos, it must be zero tolerance to quackery in building construction.
Okay, good. We'll get to that at some point. So let's
said that,
roll this. Yes.
I will want to say again, and I told you, since 2018, I've been telling you that write it down. Everything I said will come to pass.
You said so. So what has come to pass now?
Number one, that the Wuruwuru Arumoje Congresses of 2018 will not hold. Today did not hold. The party dissolved all party organs across board.
Across the whole country?
Yes.
Why was that?
Long story. But truth be told, that you will not do the same thing the same way for 20 years and expect it to last. Part of the problems we have, it's the issue of impunity. Talumamuni.
Yeah.
I want to do it my way. And today, it is very glaring in the APC family that yes, we are in power. Our party controls government in about 18 states and the federal, but we lack internal democracy.
Across the board?
Yes. You recall I told you in our former station
yes,
that Adamo Shemole will go. Did
you
not?
So are you a soothsayer or... So about different...
Oh, yeah, all that be an job.
Big one. You better move away a little bit. Something could be flying in your direction.
The truth is this. It's just that, he doesn't need a soothsayer to know these things. It's like a pack of cards. That's one day, someday, along the line, something will
Okay,
tip it.
let's speed this up a little bit. So, what would be the implication of this exercise? It's going on at the moment. First of all, are you satisfied with what is going on?
Well, so far so good. I am satisfied because I said something 2019, 2018 November. You recall that during the presidential primaries, that is the presidential convention primaries, which held in all the states, and in Lagos State, President Muhammadu Buhari was said to have scored 1.9 million votes at the primary. And I said in our old station that Ashiri Matu, ẹni tó gbin iṣu mẹ́fà tó náà ń di méjìlá tó bá jẹ mẹ́fà tó gbìn tán ó máa jẹ mẹ́fà tí ò gbìn.
Philip is looking lost.
Ó máa jẹ mẹ́fà tí ò gbìn. And I said that the truth we will know during the general election. A party who scored for its candidates 1.9 million votes internally and cannot garner the same number of votes during general election. You recall in Lagos, the total number of votes during presidential general election was 580 something.
Okay.
So how do you explain that? How do you explain it?
So you believe that the numbers were inflated?
It is not. Let me say this very clearly.
Yes.
Globally, the total number of active politicians cannot grow more than 15% of total number of registered voters in any country. So if in Nigeria we have 60-something million voters registered, and one single party is claiming to have 15 or 20 million voters, then something is wrong somewhere.
Okay, in whose advantage were all these done? Who do you think was tinkering with these figures? To whose advantage?
Okay, unfortunately, and I hope this exercise will resolve that. It is people who comes together to agree to form an association. Political parties are nothing but association of like-minded individuals coming together to say, hey, we seem to have similar ideology and what have you. Let's come together, try to sell our manifesto to the larger populace and ask them to give us opportunity to manage their sovereignty. That's the word there, sovereignty. Let us manage your sovereignty. So in our case, what we have had, unfortunately, the last 20-21 years, it's a party owned, controlled by a few. Now getting what I call core into the party, we don't need them. Let us just have their registration.
Yes.
Which is also ongoing now.
It's ongoing again.
Yes, let us have their registration. Let's go into the marketplace and tell the Iyaloja, you must register into our party. The truth of the matter is, there will always be a day of reckoning.
In anything, though, I mean, that's a fact of life, isn't it?
Now we have a challenge, and the challenge is to my brothers and sisters, the Sorosoke generation. And I've been saying this. It may be unfortunate that today in our country, that our ground norm requires you to be sponsored by a political party if you want to play a very active role in governance.
Yes.
Either in an appointive capacity or elected position.
Yes.
That you must. It therefore means that I watched your promo on the issue of Agbero and I was laughing. You know why?
Why?
Because you will continue to miss the point. You must remember what Edmund Brooks said about good people leaving the space for bad people to control. Bad people will make bad laws for good people to obey.
Oh my God.
And that's where we have found ourselves. Until and unless all of us, particularly the Sorosoke generation, bring that bundle of energy, bring that capacity to organize, bring that empathy in their eyes, and populate, take advantage of what may be a not too clear, environment, but take advantage of it. Populate one of these parties. It's about numbers. Use your numbers to begin to effect changes.
Okay, let me get down to specifics so I can have a clear picture. There were primaries that produced this current government in the APC in Lagos.
Yes.
Now, are you saying that by implication, the figures that were used for the primaries were suspect?
990 something thousand.
Yes.
Internal membership voices.
Yes.
But during general election, 750 something thousand. So the question here is this. Let us assume, for the purpose of this discussion, that it was only our party members who voted for our party.
Yes.
The question is, are we saying that over 100 and something thousand members within the space of about 62 days decided to accept fait accompli, or for some reason did not come out to express themselves again in a general election? Come on, what are you saying? That's the question you should ask. Let's interrogate that. And I know very well that in general election, overwhelming number of non-active, party adherents come out to vote. So if we score 750 something thousand at the general election governorship in 2019, definitely the number of party adherents who voted at that election cannot be more than 250, maybe 300.
Okay.
So again, that will now further interrogate that question.
Okay, now there's nationwide, there's this exercise going on. What do you see at the end of the tunnel? I want you to be a bit specific.
At the end of the tunnel,
what you think
at the end of the tunnel, what we are likely going to see, unlike the experience, with the PDP in 2014 when they have an opportunity, to learn, which they did not. I see a party that will be properly right-sized. Okay. Some will leave, others will come. I see a party that will begin to talk about ideology of whether to be at the left of the center or at the center of the center.
Honorable Oki, is it what you see or what you hope will be?
I'm beginning to see it. I'm not hoping. I'm beginning to see it, and again, you can mark that.
Would that then bring an end to your current agitation?
Already, my agitation has been served.
Okay.
I said we went to court. You recall?
Yes.
Okay. And what were the prayers? The first prayer is for the court to interpret the constitution of our party vis-a-vis the country's ground norm. For the court to tell us whether, in fact, our party can flout its own regulations.
Okay.
In so doing, we requested that the party should cancel congresses that were held in Lagos in May 2018, number one. Number two, we sought from the court to interpret whether the party can recognize local council development areas that were said to be incoherent.
Is the issue still in court?
No, we withdrew from the court after the plea by the neck
of the party.
All members, should withdraw from the court and again seek, internal ways to resolve it.
Okay, so
while looking at that, the party dissolved all party organs, which means one prayer was answered. The second prayer, this membership registration says clearly that you will be registered on the basis of the constitutionally recognized words in the case of Lagos 245, that's the second, prayer that was answered. The
Okay.
third prayer, it's again for the party to determine whether on the basis of the constitutionally recognized words and the INEC, which is now the Electoral Act law, which says that you can only hold party congresses on the basis of 245 wards and 20 local governments in Lagos. It's also coming to pass.
Okay.
Because this registration exercise has clearly show that.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the race.
You
but
know you
time,
cannot.
time. No. What I mean is time is a big factor.
I'm all yours.
No, I'm not.
I gave you my word.
This my guy.
No, I gave you my word that I'll be here again on Tuesday.
Okay. No, we'll try and see if we can finish it today.
No, of course we will not.
No, we'll try.
Knowing you.
We will try. We will try.
Let's go.
Now, do you think that this might eventually lead to a new leadership in the states, in the party, for starters?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You see, it's like what the exercise is basically, speaking to. It's let us get the grain out of the chaff. But there is a caveat which I want my Sorosuke generation to know, and all other well-meaning Nigerians who truly want to actively make their voices heard, who should come together and use their number to begin to effect positive changes, to begin to ask questions, to begin to interrogate what the ideology a party is bringing on stream. You alluded to something while you were talking about the Agbero. You talked about people's, antecedent. You talk about, people's pedigree. You just don't give your sovereignty, to some, for the lack of an appropriate word, just to anybody.
Okay, that's a safe landing. I was afraid you'd use a more. but
he has started, and you are not winking to him to tell him stop. Okay.
No, I was afraid. I was afraid that you'd use a heavier word, but thank God you didn't. Let me take a break. I need to pay a bill. Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, I'll continue my discussion with Honorable Fouad Oki. But I'll also then take your calls. The number to call is 0700 993 993 993. And the female number, that's for our female listeners specifically, is 01485 71 01465. Is this 6 or 8? I need to use my reading glasses. It's 6. Okay, read the number for me. Eyes are.
All right, 01.
This is for sight.
No.
Okay, this is the reading for you. Go ahead, read it.
01465 719.
Oh, okay, 7190. Now there are no exceptions. Okay, so let's stick to the rules. Sharif has done that. We're reading everything. So we'll take your calls. Let me take this break. When we come back, we'll take your calls. Then I'll continue with Honorable Fouad Oki. So don't go away.
The Discourse with Jimi Disu.
The Discourse with Jimi Disu
continues in a moment.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Baby, wake up.
I'm awake. What happened?
When you carry me from my papa house, enter this our house, you promise me say you no go lie and cheat on me.
Lie and cheat,
You're lying, no. No be 3K data open. You no love me, eh? You dey load data when I no dey.
Madam, no vex forget too much, eh? Forget to yarn you say, na my MTN app, they dash am the best data deals on MTN. Every time when you load data, pay 500 naira and get 2.5 gigabytes. Pay 6,000 naira and get 20 gigabytes instanta. Download my MTN app, put for phone without cover for Google Play Store and for the iOS App Store. Terms and conditions dey.
Baby, wake up now.
What happened again?
Oya, come show me how to buy data for my MTN app.
And now, we are back on the Discourse with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, you're welcome back to the Discourse with Jimi Disu, brought to you, of course, by MTN. And you know you're listening to Nigeria Info 99.3. Let me take one or two calls. And please, before that, I know political issues are very, they can be very hot. Let me use local language so we all understand ourselves. But let's just apply a bit of reason, okay? Let's just calm down and hear what you have to say. In just 1 minute, switch off the radio where you are. Make sure you're in a very quiet environment. So let's shoot. First caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Who is that baby now?
Uncle Jimmy.
Give the baby to the mama. Are you breastfeeding the baby? Is this the female line?
Uncle Jimmy Solomon.
Isaac. Okay, go on.
Mr. Fouad, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I've turned you to prophet already. You know, in the other radio station the other day when you came, when you said the president is going to win the election, hands down, you even beat your chest that particular day. Thank God that I did not bet with you. But, sir, with this current registration that is going on, do you think that is not going to tear APC into
pieces? Okay. Thank you very much, Solomon. You cannot have the baby back. Yeah, let's react to it immediately. So
yeah, well, let me tell you something very clearly, and you can take this to the bank again. For Nigeria to move as a nation, for Nigeria to start its journey to a proper nationhood, all of our political parties, particularly the two major political parties, must be unbundled by Nigerians. We're talking about parties who do not have or doesn't have a clear-cut ideological stance. You don't. You can't. We must know Party A for what it stands for. We must know Party B for what it stands for. And I see this membership registration doing just that. I call it right sizing. Or anybody my local law. Àwọn yìí ò ní dahoro. Àwọn tó máa dúró máa dúró. Àwọn tó máa wá máa wá. And it's the way to go. But let me tell you, people like you must come out. Don't continue to give your sovereignty to those who have no business in governance.
who are those who have no business in? What kind of people are you talking about?
There are so many literate Nigerians who have no business in governance.
Do you have them in the APC as we speak?
We have them across the board.
No, but don't bother to give any examples.
No, but you see, you see, Nigerians, can you see Jimi Disu?
No, wait, Jimi Disu, we're talking. Don't mention that. No, but you can describe them.
No, let
me tell you.
Like one of the Nigerian leaders that I will always love to see and hear. It's that gentle young boy who turned 84. That young boy from Igbogun in the States.
He turned how old?
84.
84, young boy turned 84.
That is Ababa Sojo.
Oh, okay.
He said, I did Kankwe, I sit down, and they look.
Okay. Let's take another caller, okay? I want to give people the opportunity to call and express their views. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, let's try the female line. Anybody on the female line? No, nobody yet. Hello, morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning. Who's calling?
Yeah, my name is Babatunde from
Yes.
Agro Palace.
Yes, Oga Babatunde, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a question for Mr. Fouad. Thank you very much for coming to the show, and I really appreciate your.
Look, I have to truncate this call, please. What we have said and pleaded with you is to please make this call from a very quiet background, so we don't have any background noise or feed, because it doesn't even do you, the caller, good, because people won't get to hear what you're saying properly. So I'll take just one more call, then move on to the discussion. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Baba Balagba.
Yes, sir.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n wa wo ni?
Ọmọ mi ń tì.
Yeah, Ambassador Musa here from Mushin.
Yes, quickly, you have just
Àwọn
1 minute.
Mushin.
Omusholosha.
Politicians are so difficult to handle. You have 1 minute, Musba.
Uncle Jimmy, let me use 30 seconds and get away. Politics is not about influence.
You said?
It's about influence. Politics is not about influence.
Mm.
You know, a single person cannot say that I'm in the party. You have mobilize people. This is why I tell my uncle, Jimi Agbaje, that he's not ready for the governor. Because you can't say you want to contest for governor, they don't know you in all local government.
Mm.
You have to be party. Not people, you can't trust people. You yourself have to do round. You know, to me, I'm registered as APC member. I don't know whether Uncle Jimmy you have registered. Because
I don't have to be a party member.
Why I'm registered is that I want to have mouth inside. I don't say.
Okay, direct translation. How to have mouth inside.
Go and show it for me. Go and show it for me. I want to show it myself. We should prepare. If you prepare to be part of it, you can't talk about it.
Okay.
Let's be part of it and talk about it.
Okay.
This time around, we want to see who is who.
Okay, Ambassador. Thank you. You used more than 30 seconds, but that's fine. Now, Honorable Oki.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any worry, like we have, about the current leadership of the APC in Lagos?
Let me start by saying very clearly.
Yes.
That if people get the type of leadership they desire and deserve. And that's my answer. You see, we will talk from today until thy kingdom come if Nigerians do not understand a basic ingredient that helps to build good governance, participation, questioning.
Yes.
You must question. They are not leaders. They should be servants. Politics, I continue to say this, should be about community service. It should not be for people looking for jobs. It should not be, oh, you know, it's a young graduate and he doesn't have a job, but we see him going here and there, so let us give him. It's about your sovereignty. It's a social contract. I tell people, go out to vote. You don't need to necessarily vote for my party.
Okay.
You can go out there, void your ballot by thumb printing in 2, 3, 4, 5 places.
But make a
It will
point.
still be counted. Voided votes must be counted. And the law is very clear. Certain percentage is like a threshold of voided votes will void that election.
I didn't know that.
Yes, so go out there. It's your franchise. It's a social contract that you must do. When you begin to void a lot of ballots, those concerned will know there is problem because you are querying a process and you are expressing your angst, which must and will be counted. Let's start from there. Now, talking about the issue of some people have taken over this government, some that have taken over this government, the question is this, Jimi Disu, do you participate? Of course you are, with what you are doing here in the studio. Let every other Nigerian raise his or her voice in one way or another, not to accept fate. It should not be fait accompli. No.
Yeah.
No great nation. No great nation.
Okay.
Either of the West or the East, where you don't have people. Look at what is happening in Myanmar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Are you not surprised? Are you not shocked? Look at what is happening in Hong Kong. Are you not shocked? Why can Nigerians not speak out?
Okay. That table is glass. Honorable, if you can write a check though if you break it. Table is glass.
I know he's been watching. He's been looking for a way to get back. Don't worry.
Bigo, read some of these tweets for me. Ago, read some of the tweets for me, please. I can't see it from here.
All right, this is Pio Shuleri, or
Yes.
Pio Shu2 on Twitter. It says, "Good morning, sir. Please kindly ask Mr. Fouad what is the relationship between him and the governor, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu?"
Today's discourse is about APC and the political environment. Next one.
No, you won't get away with that because you in previous discussions we've had, apparently all had not been too well between you and especially the Jagaban.
Did I tell you that, or did he tell you that?
The insinuation is there. Okay, if you just tell us if it is well or not, it's very simple. It's a very simple question, isn't it?
Family, it's a family where every member have cordial relationship with one another.
But do you have a cordial relationship with him?
I've always had that.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
The man has been off and on.
No, we saw him when they were commissioning Agege. We'll come to that
I was
soon.
not there. I'm Abuja based.
Yeah, Abuja. Had you been in Lagos, would you have been there?
No.
Why?
It has never been my stock in trade to go look for anybody to ask, Minikiwa, would you need to take I've always been invited.
Yeah, but did you? We took exception to that event, because it was a super spreader, as far as COVID rules go.
What if you are not invited to an event? Do you go to Great Crash?
No, not to Great Crash, but I'm trying to say.
I should go. Hey,
wait. No, wait. We took a lot, and I was very angry the whole of last week. It was a super spreader as far as COVID rules. All COVID rules were broken. And then, unfortunately, the leaders, of course, we did.
Did you challenge the government?
We did. The incident commander was there, and leaders of your party were there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you heard about it, and I'd like to know what you felt about that incident.
I cross my heart. I don't bother to look at the direction where I am not invited.
Sorry, it's not a function of whether you are invited.
No,
whether you felt it was
I said
proper.
I care less, so I did not even follow up on the news about the event. At certain level, when things are happening, and you feel rightly that by your social and political standing, you ought to be there. If you are not there, you'll only be stupid wanting to look beyond the yard.
No, you're not looking beyond the yard. I wasn't there, but it was in the news.
Because that's your business.
Really, Honorable Oki?
News business.
You will not be able to say categorically whether what was done was right or wrong.
I crossed my heart, but you know
Why
me.
do you keep crossing your heart? You crossed it the first time. You can't cross
Yeah,
your
but
heart
you
two
know
times.
me. I'm hearing.
Oh, you're hearing this for the first time?
You are lying.
Okay, now I can understand. Let me tell you what happened. Wait, we know the element of part of it, but since you said you didn't know about it,
At all.
we will let it go. But what happened?
I care less.
And you care less.
Yes.
No, you can't say that because
I will tell you why.
Let me tell you why you can't
let
say
me
that.
tell you why I should be.
Which one should we take first?
Let me
you
tell
telling me
you-
why or you telling me why? Let
me tell you why.
Then I will then tell you why.
Yes.
Okay, you tell me why.
I alluded to a fact that at my level. Okay, let me share something with you. I used to be chairman Para Athletic Association Lagos State.
Yes.
Voluntarily.
Yes.
Association chairmen were dissolved. Association boards were dissolved. Right? And they started, this thing. Oh, it's not part of us. It's not this. It's not that. So I was dropped. I put a call through to the Honorable Commissioner that, wait a minute, I'm not getting one penny. I'm spending my money, I'm spending time and everything. Can you just tell me why you think, my volunteerism, it's not? And he was like, oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know you used to be chairman of parathletics. Oh, this, oh, that's why. I now said, at your level, did you not get the list of all members of outgoing boards? You only approved. No, I'm just telling you. You now said, oh, maybe we should even, ask you to be patron. I said, pay what?
Okay, I mean, that's an incident. No, I don't want to spend, sorry.
I
with due respect.
I won't more than 5 seconds.
You can't take even 5 seconds. I'm looking at the time. Time is
3 seconds.
No, not 3. 2, not even 1.
Okay. So explain to me why.
No, why? Because this thing affected. Let me tell you what your party did. There's this new bridge that was built at Agege. You know the new bridge.
Yes.
Fair enough. Then you had this super event, a large crowd, all COVID rules thrown to the wind. There's a video there. That video is viral.
Okay.
And it was organized by the governor himself, who is the incident commander of the COVID whatever.
19.
Then the national leader was also there. No, is that his title? Actually, was there to put his name there, and top members of the party. And I'm saying that thing should not have happened. It was a super spreader. Had we been a state or a country where figures are sacrosanct and you can rely on them, I'm sure by now you'd have had some increase. And so I'm now asking you, if now that I've told you what it is, do you think that your party and the state government did the right thing?
I want to rely on your statements.
Yes.
I want to rely on your statements. And I want to promise you something.
Yes.
That you will avail me with the video, and I'm going to appropriately make a statement and follow
Fantastic.
on it.
That's where I'm going. Fine. Now, next issue that we want to discuss by extension is, if you have to get that out of the way before we're still going to talk about the Lagos state government, of which you are a part of.
Yes.
But to get that out of the way, do you have any ambition to take up any elective position in 2023?
Okay, let me repeat it for the uptenth time to you.
Yes.
When we were in Kefi, you've asked these questions twice.
Yes.
So let me repeat it again. Seeking an elective office in 2023, for me, it's a no. And I have my reason. Somebody must be there. I will have done well today if the Sorosoke generation have come around to populate my party and use their number to speak and effect change. Use their energy to reset the button needed to make Nigeria great.
Yes.
And that's my preoccupation. And that will be my preoccupation for a foreseeable period of time.
Which will end when?
I said for a foreseeable period of time. I want to see my children take over from me.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
I want to see them take over from me. You know why I was at the NSAS thing, both Lagos and Abuja? My children were involved. They turned
By
my
your
house.
children, you're talking generally. Or your own children?
My own children. They turned my house to a halfway home where they go to do their thing in the day. Those living in Ikoyi and environ, but who have agreed to, exercise their franchise, their rights to protest in Alausa, will not come back this way. They will stay in Surulere. So, a loving father, you want to see what your children are doing. Getting there, now realize that I have hundreds of children there. Baba, you are here. Baba, I'm a judge of Allah. Baba,
Okay. Now, so in essence, what you're trying to advocate is that it's time for us to build a new generation of leaders.
Yes, and allow people what I call, I started the movement in 1994, which was called the Right to Choose movement.
Okay.
We must encourage the younger generation to speak out, we must stand by them, stand with them, and ensure that they are not coerced, they are not intimidated.
But
we are of the Jimi Disu, wait.
Okay, yes, sir.
You and I are of the analog generation.
Yes.
These guys are digital.
Yes.
Let us give them our analog knowledge and experience and allow them to digitalize it and take us to where we should be going.
But you realize that it is against the unspoken policy of the party in Lagos as we speak. We can't run away from that fact, can we?
There is a popular saying you recall when we were in standard school. When the term is ending, you remember that song? Ile ya wa o baba, won rele o omo. Yeah.
Who is going home?
Those whoever that is stalling or stalking the progress of this country, whoever that is stalking or stalling a new Nigerian where political parties will be graded on the basis of its ideology, where political parties will be examined based on its manifesto.
Okay, let me be more specific. Do you think that the political position and influence of the Jagaban is going to be eroded by this exercise?
It's a very, very simple question.
So answer it.
It's an individual thing. Have I taken Fouad Oki? Have you taken the time to look at the environment?
Yeah.
Do you want to continue to be relevant, or do you want to stall the forward movement of the country? It's an individual thing, and it's the person that can actually answer that. For me, I will do everything incidental to having a new Nigerian. I will do everything incidental to encouraging my younger ones and my children to, take the baton from me and take it to the next level. And I think that should be what we should be talking about.
But that's a diplomatic answer.
No.
You haven't answered me directly.
No. I cannot answer for the man. Listen.
I didn't ask you for the man. No, listen to my question.
You're asking me whether somebody's relevant.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I said this current exercise.
Yes.
Would it affect the influence that he has? We all know about the influence. Don't let's leave that. So do you see this exercise at the end of it all eroding or strengthening the influence that he has?
With the influence he has in 2018,
yes,
and encourage the daylight robbery and robbing of majority of the party members. 2018 May to 2020
robbery
June.
of votes, that's what you mean?
Yes.
Let's be clear.
To 2020 June.
Yes.
What were they able to do with it? Between June 2020 and March 2021, I'm sure even if you are blind, you will see again. Okay,
all right, good. Now, so what handling this yet well this is a big task. But we have to cut it off here. We'll be back on Tuesday, 9 o'clock in the morning.
I promise you.
And let me give you an orijo. You know when you
don't give me orijo. No, I don't like it.
I'm talking to my listeners.
Don't give me orijo.
I'm talking to my listeners.
I want you to bend.
I'm talking to my listeners.
Okay.
And boys, ladies and gentlemen, the orijo is that on Tuesday. Don't mind this man. The first question I'm going to ask him is whether he supports the gentleman's presidential aspiration. He cannot answer now. Let him think about it. I know you're not hearing, you're covering your ears. No problem. We'll be back on Tuesday. We'll continue on the Daily Digest. It's same anyway. I mean, so Honorable Oki, thank you very much. To drag you out on the Saturday
for having me.
And bring you back on the Tuesday, because I like things to be done thoroughly. We have all the chance. Now, I'd like to make an appeal. I've been trying to get in touch with top APC members who they've listened to what this gentleman has said. They'll listen again on Tuesday. And I can equally give them 2 days for them to make an appropriate response to some of the things that they've heard, so that fair is fair. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is my Migo. You can't Migo. Every time you do this. I'd like to thank Philip. I hope you enjoyed us today. We're now going to make some super arrangements to make sure that even on Saturdays, We are on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, which we did today. And then added, of course, is being on Instagram Live. I'd like to thank you all for listening. Honorable Oki, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
My greetings to everybody in Sulere.
I will do that.
Sanwo-Olu has made me shift my house to this, and I've abandoned all of you in Sulere. I've abandoned all of you to the face.
Promise me you will not come to Isaliko again.
I know I could have to bed. I dare not. So we'll be back with you on Tuesday, Daily Digest, 9 o'clock, okay? See you then.
Thank you.